Right, Google Form time. So we're going to go into your Google Drive first. We're going to find your Google Tools folder you created in the very first step. We're going to go into there. Here you can see I already have my presentation of All About Me, my Google Slides presentation. We are now going to create a survey that we'll be able to embed into your website you're going to eventually create. To do that, we're going to click on New, and if you notice here, we don't have forms popping up. So you're going to go to More, and then you're going to do Google Forms. Once you've done that, you're going to have a blank form, and there are a few settings that we want to adjust right away. So the first thing we're going to do is go to the settings. So click on the gear up here and go to settings. And if this is something where you would want people to fill out on your website, you want to remove this check mark here. This is restrict to Genosity Joint 2. This is great if it's only people here at school, but if it's something where in theory, again, this website would be live and you'd want people to be able to fill out, you'd want them to be able to be other students other than just our school to be able to answer or submit their information. So we're going to uncheck that. Okay, and then we're going to, if you want to know their email to get back to them, which would probably be a good thing, you're going to click collect email addresses. Okay, and for the presentation, if you want to have multiple questions, you can show a progress bar if you want. You can shuffle the questions if you want. I don't think those things are going to be necessary because we're just having a short little form. You can show a link to submit another response. So if it's something where they would enter it more than once, you can leave that. If it's not, you can uncheck that. I'll just leave that in there. And for a quiz, this is not something we're going to have graded or a quiz. This is just, again, your worksheet will explain what you're going to be doing, but it's just going to be a general information gathering tool for you. All right, so we're just going to simply click on Save. All right, so then it will ask for their email address. Here you can see there's this little red asterisk here. That means it's a required question. So we now have a few options. The first thing you're probably going to be concerned with is, oh, it doesn't look nice. To change the look of this, there's this little artist palette looking thing here. We're going to click on that, and then you can choose whatever color you want. So say we want like a more of a Brookwood blue or something like that. We can put that in. We can also do different themes. So if I click on choose image here for our header, there are all these different themes that you can choose from. So depending on what your website theme is, or depending what your interests are, you can choose something that you like. All right, there's just different options here. So travel. All right, so I like travel. So this one actually has moving water, so that's pretty cool. This one's got blowing pages of a book on a beach. Again, you can pick whatever theme you like. I'm just going to pick this water one, and I'm going to select that. We're going to give a minute to save, and now you can see along the top of my form here, there's actually that flowing water. So it's kind of like a little movie clip playing up in the top. So that's really kind of cool. For your form now is we're going to actually give it a title. So you can title your form whatever your survey questions are about. So let's say you love watching YouTube and you want to have a form saying YouTube um, videos to check out, or whatever your topic's going to be. Um, that's going to then be the name of the form. So if I click up here, you can see it saves it. All right, anyways, so down here in this example, I'm just going to do a simple form where someone could submit their YouTube channel or their YouTube videos that they would want me to check out. To do that, we don't want multiple choice because that's not a multiple choice type question. So there's a little drop down box here. If we click on multiple choice, you can see there's a bunch of different options. All right, and we're going to simply go to paragraph. Okay, now paragraph is going to give you the person submitting it a large area to paste the URL in. A short answer technically would work, but the box is going to be small. It's going to be about this big. So although it'll allow you to paste the URL in, they're not going to be able to see it easily. So that's why it's going to be best to do paragraph. So we would have paste your paste the YouTube URL below. Okay, now before we save this, we want to look at some options here, and we've already set it as paragraph. We have what the question is here, and this is just going to be a single question form for a quick and easy example. But we want to click this required box, because if we don't do that, then they can skip this answering this question. So we're going to simply click required, and that way it's going to require them to submit it. Now, we are almost done with this quick example, but there's a few things that we want to do first. If they're going to submit all this information, where's it going to go? Well, you're going to want to create a spreadsheet it's going to go to, and it's a lot easier than you think. If we just go up to the responses tab right here at the very top of the screen, you'll see that there's no responses because we just created this, and there's this little Google spreadsheet icon here. Now if we click that, it's going to automatically create a spreadsheet for us. So we're going to let it create one. We're going to say create, and done. It has now created the website, the spreadsheet here, where they would show the date and time they submitted it, their email address, and then the URL or whatever they pasted into that box on the form. Okay, I'm going to simply close this tab, and if you want to see what your form looks like at this point in time, there's this little eyeball up here. It's a preview. If you click on that, here is what it would look like. Anyone who is checking out your form. So it has their email address, red asterisk, so it's required. Paste the YouTube URL below, red asterisk, so it is required. And this is our simple example on how to make forms. Now you can make multiple choice questions. You can do all different kinds of things with your form, but this is just a quick, easy how-to. If I close out of both these tabs, you can see back in my Google Tools folder here, this is the Google form that we just created, and then this has the responses after it. This is the spreadsheet it automatically created in the same folder where it will store any of those responses. This is not something that the people submitting the form would be able to see. This is just something for you to be able to see all their answers. All right, so that's the quick and easy way to make a Google form.